This is take 4 of this recording. I am not doing this again. Alright. Hi everyone. This is the first episode of a series that I would like to start. Pretty much where I just go over old concepts, characters, stories of mine, and, put a fresh coat of paint on them. Furnish them, redesign them, make them a little nicer to look at, because a lot of these involve my old art, which was not very pretty. A lot of it was done on Metabang Paint with a tablet without a screen when I was, 12. So this is, I figured for the first episode I would go over, what I'm pretty sure is, the second Warrior Cats OC I ever made. This is Emberpaw. I'll go over her story in a bit, but for some context. Emberpaw is from a roleplay turned kind of project of mine with a friend turned solo project, because we're no longer friends. But it started, like I said, as a roleplay on Google Docs, on our, school Gmail accounts when we were in, I want to say, late elementary or early middle school. I can't remember. Definitely before COVID, though. So this story was just we wanted to play around with some characters, and it was mostly led by me. Most of the concepts and stuff were by me because I was more versed in the books. I think that my friend had read all of the first arc, and I was making my way at the time through Power of 3. So I was just more experienced and took over the project mostly. I developed most of the characters and the setting, and they just had a few characters in it that they role-played as. So Emberpaw here was she was kind of a brat. The main part of her main thing was that she was a prophecy child, and she was an absolute brat because she was spoiled. She was super cocky and thought that she could do, anything because she was involved in this super cool prophecy that said she was destined for greatness and, to save the clans. Not that she knew what that meant. She just, thought that she was better than everyone else. She had a complex. I do love her dearly. I do care about this character a lot. So, for her story, for a little bit of context, this was in RiverClan at the Lake Territories, because my friend was, they did know enough about the books, even though they hadn't read the second series, to grasp the understanding, or to grasp the, Lake Territories instead of the, forest ones, the original ones. So I had, So these were at the Lake Territories, and it was only the 4 clans because neither of us knew about Sky Clan at this point. Because neither of us had gotten that far. So there's a few characters that you probably should be told about. The leader is Voidstar. Why her name is Voidstar, I don't know, and will never know. We were children, and I don't know, we were stupid. I'm not going to be an apologist for our dumb naming choices, as endearing as they are. So, Voidstar was the leader, and then there's a couple other important cats. There's Raven, who wasn't an official, healer of the clan. She was a warrior. I think she was originally a rogue, and that's why she doesn't have a suffix. She was just Raven. She was a warrior, but she was a warrior that received prophecies pretty often. Not pretty often, but I think more than the medicine cat did. I don't remember who the medicine cat was. I don't think they were ever relevant. So there's Raven, and then there's Beeface, who will be important later, and she's one of the 2 queens of this River Clan, because this takes place in River Clan. So anyways, the story starts with there is a fire on Wind Clan territory. it is like during the first snowstorm of winter, there's a fire on WindClan territory, and it spreads very quickly because, you know, the grass is super dry, and the snow, and it's not like cold enough out for the fire to be quenched by the snow or the breeze, and it just keeps growing like really quickly. And RiverClan, who shares a border with WindClan, takes note of this, and they evacuate their camp to move down to the lake just to be extra safe. That way they can be on the move and like ready to get into the water or to proper safety if they really need to, and if it really gets that bad and it gets to their territory, which they don't think it will, but they just want to be safe, you know? So during traveling from their camp to the shore of the lake, the snowstorm gets worse, and B-Face loses one of her kits. Like, he's just gone. They can't find him. And they can't find any trace of him either, because they're not entirely sure when they lose him. Hail Kit and Rain Kit were supposed to be, or Fawn Kit and Rain Kit were supposed to be following their mother, like, as they walked, and at some point Rain Kit just wasn't anymore, and they don't know when, and they can't find him, which great parenting, guys. So that aside, B-Face is mourning in camp, and pretty much everyone is like trying to console her because she just lost a kitten and doesn't know where he is, and they can't look for him because they have to keep everyone safe from the fire. And during all of this, Raven is like making sure that the fire isn't getting close, and in the distance she like sees embers in the very thin layer of snow around them, and she's very like confused and concerned because the fire wasn't supposed to have traveled that far that quickly. So she goes to investigate and like snuff out the flame before it can actually spread. And on her way there, she's like overtaken by a prophecy, and the voices of like StarClan cats are like, they deliver this prophecy to her. And I'm paraphrasing because I don't have access to the original prophecy or the like original document where all of this was written. But pretty much they were like, this child will lead the clan through the darkest night and be our savior. And she's like, cool. And yeah, when she gets over, it's not embers. It was a vision because it's not actual embers. It's a kit who she names Ember Kit because, haha, very creative, Raven. She takes it back to the like little makeshift camp they have going on the shore, and B-Face, the grieving woman, is like, yeah, I'll just take a new child to replace my old one. You know, we were it's stupid, but like I said, we were kids. We're like littler kid, not little, but you know. Anyways, Ember like had a pretty normal childhood. She was adopted by B-Face. Doesn't know who her parents were. Doesn't really care. She has a few friends: Willowpaw, Minnowpaw, and Stonepaw, and then obviously her adoptive sister. I don't know. I think that Ember's like she's fun because she was an absolute brat. Like, she was very cocky, and the first time they went out as apprentices, she almost got killed because of it. Maybe I'll do like a whole little story time and doodle that again, because I think I have art of it that I could redraw like somewhere. But she was a complete brat who had this massive crush on her friend who didn't reciprocate and was hanging out with Minnowpaw, like had a reciprocated crush on Minnowpaw instead, and Ember was Ember was so mad. I'll pull up some of the art I did of like I'll pull up all of the art I can find of her because it's so old and so edgy, and I do love it dearly. I'd really like to rework this story, like genuinely. I've done it before. I do this a lot. Like, I revisit old stories and I go, ooh, there's stuff to be salvaged there. I don't know. What would you guys think? Like, would you be interested in more story times? Like, about, would you be interested in more episodes of this concept series? Would you be interested in me revisiting and like redesigning some old concepts from this? Would you be interested in like a comic? I don't know, tell me below. Share some of your cringe cat stories if you want to. I don't know, do whatever you want, bye.